I don't want anyone in this community to be sat there holding bags when we head back into the next crypto bear market, because there is going to be another crypto bear market. We've seen bull cycle after bear cycle after bull cycle after bear cycle. We've seen it previously. It's going to happen again. So we're eventually going to hit another bear market cycle. And as I said, I don't want anyone in this community to be sat there holding bags and see all of their gains that they have fought hard for by picking the right altcoins to then be erased when that bear market comes around. So to help, I've previously shared 2 exit strategy indicators that are on my exit strategy checklist. And in this video, I want to share another 2. Remember, I'm going to be sharing more of these heading into the future. So all I ask for in return is that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification so that you get notified when I post more exit strategy indicators in the future. Previously, I talked about Bitcoin's MVRV Z-score indicator, an on-chain indicator, and also the Bitcoin value days destroyed multiple, another on-chain indicator. So both of those are on my exit strategy checklist. Go and find the video if you haven't watched that video already. But for now, let's dive into the 2 that I want to talk about today. Now, the first is the Bitcoin Pi Cycle Top Indicator, and we have it on the screen right here. The Bitcoin Pi Cycle Top Indicator has called every single Bitcoin peak to within 3 days. 3 days, which is pretty insane. Can we be certain that this one will do exactly the same again? No, of course not. I mentioned it in my previous video. None of these indicators on their own is guaranteed to work. It's all about using a collection of them together to give you that trigger, or to give you the signal of when to pull the trigger. Now, the Bitcoin Pi Cycle Top Indicator is pretty straightforward. It is just based on 2 moving averages. The first is the 111-day moving average, and then the second is a 2 times multiple of the 350-day moving average. And for the last 3 market cycles, when that 100-day moving average, so the shorter moving average, crosses above the multiple of the 300-day moving average, the price of Bitcoin usually peaks to within 3 days. So we can see it happen here back in 2013. We can see the orange line, which represents the 111-day moving average, crossing above the green line, which is the 350-day moving average multiple. So 2013, it happened again later in December of 2013. Then we had a big period where nothing happened, and then it crossed back above in 2017. Then it stayed maintained, and then it just crossed right there in April of 2021. And then we haven't seen one since. But as you can see on this chart, it looks like the 2 are starting to get closer and closer together again. So that is why we need to keep a very, very close eye on the Pi Cycle Top Indicator. When the orange line moves above the green line, then start looking at the other indicators that are in your exit strategy checklist, because that might be the optimum time to exit. So bottom line, add this one to your watch list. Next up, the second indicator that I want to talk about today is the RSI indicator, but specifically the RSI indicator on Bitcoin's monthly chart. So we're on the monthly chart here, and if the chart looks weird, it's because I have it in logarithmic scale. Here it is in regular scale, but it's often a little bit easier to have it in logarithmic scale, so we can see all of the cycles. It goes back to 2010 here. But the most important thing on this chart is the RSI indicator down at the bottom here. Let's take these arrows and numbers away. So the RSI indicator that we have here. The monthly RSI indicator will be in the mix for me because while it's never as accurate, or hasn't been as accurate as other indicators that I've mentioned, the on-chain indicators, it is a particularly clean indicator, a very easy one to look at and understand. As we move into price discovery mode in the future, I will be keeping track of the monthly RSI and start to look for confluences with other indicators when this indicator reaches a level of 85, which is approximately there. We can see that every time the Bitcoin market has peaked, in fact, let's put a horizontal line on the chart here. We'll put a horizontal line about 85, just there. And we can see that every time Bitcoin has peaked historically, so the 2011 peak, we had the 2 peaks in 2013, we had the one in 2017, and then again in 2021. We can see that that corresponds to the monthly RSI crossing above the 85 level. In fact, for the majority, for the first 3 peaks, we can see that it's peaked at 96 on the monthly RSI. So what can we take from that? Well, we can say that if the monthly RSI for Bitcoin starts to peak above 85, which we know corresponds to previous market tops, we should start to look at the confluence of other indicators in our exit strategy. If it gets to 96, like we have previously, then that is the market screaming at you to at least take some profits off the table. Maybe not exit completely, but at least take some profits off the table. So this is, although very simple and very crude, this is definitely not an indicator that I'm going to be ignoring, and it is one that I am going to be bringing into my exit strategy checklist. So there we have it, another 2 indicators that I am going to be using in my exit strategy. We've spoken about 4 now so far in the channel. As I said previously, if you haven't seen the other 2, go and check out that video on the Bitcoin MVRV Z-score and the value days destroyed, and what to look out for on those. And remember, this is all about combining a set of indicators together. It doesn't matter what you're doing, whether it's exit strategy or entry strategies. You need to use indicators in the right way, and to use them in the right way involves using them in confluence with one another. They need to agree with one another, and therefore you will increase the likelihood that you will either exit or enter at the more optimum time. Finally, I just want to say, please don't underestimate the power of having a good exit strategy in place. It will make it so much more easy to pull the trigger when the time comes. And it's the worst feeling seeing a portfolio just erase itself, and you losing all of those profits and gains that you've worked so hard to achieve in the crypto bull market. I don't want that to happen to anyone in this community. So as I mentioned previously, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification icon to hear about the next set of exit indicators that I'm going to be talking about on this channel. And that's it for me for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button down below, and I will see you in the next one.